Can't wait to see what else you make. Really hope to see more from you. Looking forward to seeing what you make next.
Tall Cube 2, baby! Let's talk about cuboids again. They're basically Rubik's Cube but rectangle, and a couple months ago, I made the world record for the most layers on a cuboid. However, it was broken by this insane 1x1x1000 by Canyon's cubes just 2 days after me. That's okay though, there are more specific records in the cuboid scene. My puzzle still has the record for the tallest 2x2 cuboid. Of course, the 1x1x1000 is also the tallest 1x1 cuboid. Thanks to Z3 Cubing for breaking the 1x1 record while I was editing this video. The 3x3 record was recently broken with the 3x3x67 by Freezing Fire 79. But if we go into the 4x4s, there's no super long 4x4 cuboid since this isn't really considered a world record category. So, why not create this category? And that's where this comes in. This is a 4x4x44. It's 200mm tall, which is as wide as this letter from the IRS. It weighs 699 grams, and consists of 609 pieces. The base of the puzzle is mechanically the same as a 4x4x6. These small layers are then sandwiched together between the two outer layers. If you're wondering how they're held together,
I don't need it. I don't need it. I don't need it. I need it!
they're once again held by magnets, just like my last puzzle. Going into the turning, guess I'm now 0 for 2 in making puzzles that turn well. Everything does work, but the puzzle as a whole is very catchy. You have to be very careful when turning, especially with the long turns. They have a tendency to catch onto the tiny centerpieces and push them out, making pops very likely to happen. One cool thing is that this puzzle has the ability to shapeshift if you turn the long layers 90 degrees. Here's me doing the checkerboard pattern to prove that it's fully functional. And while I'm at it, I can make some more cool patterns like the windmill, staircase, and snake. I first started by modeling everything I needed, then I printed all the pieces, and glued the magnets. Since the corner pieces were so thin, I was worried that they might snap off while turning. So, I added a hole where I could insert a metal rod to increase its strength. After assembly, I tried making my first turns, and it barely worked. The small pieces were way too loose, so it basically guaranteed it would fall out when making a long turn. Meanwhile, the tall outer pieces were separating near the top, which made turning the layers closer to the top basically impossible. This sucked, since at this point I'd already printed over 500 pieces. I decided to take a break for a week and tried learning how to solve square one in the meanwhile. After putting myself to an even darker place, I came back to fix these problems. To solve the issue of the small layers being too loose, I decided to make the top layer a bit thicker, which packed all the other layers in between more tightly together. Then I used more of my beloved magnets to prevent the outer pieces from wobbling. After adding these two changes, it actually started to work. Finally came stickering, which took over 6 hours. I also made the stickers of every fifth layer from the center a bit different to make them easier to identify. As for why, here at the TimSpin channel, we attempt to scramble and solve all of the puzzles we make, even at the cost of our sanity. Here's a time lapse of my solve. I decided not to shapeshift it when scrambling, because I really didn't need this to pop any more than it already does. Despite that, it still popped 3 times during the solve. The 4x4x44 has this many possible combinations, so while that seems intimidating, it's about as hard as a 4x4x6. Overall, this took just over an hour and a half to solve. Whenever I make an original puzzle, I like to name them. However, I'm all out of ideas, so comment what you think the name should be, and the top comment decides it. Here are the rules. Well, I fulfilled my 1 video a year upload schedule. See you in 2027.